Did you know that pressure canning for home use started in the early 20th century? Large commercial versions appeared around 1905. The USDA declared it the only safe method for low-acid foods in 1917. Hello and welcome to Prospect Homemaking. Come along with me as I make my house into a home. Today I will be pressure canning, and I just thought I would bring you along and share some tips that I've learned for pressure canning. So tip number 1 is to properly prep your jars. You want to make sure that they're washed in hot soapy water. That way everything's clean, because you're going to be preserving this food inside that can, so you want it clean. Tip number 2, everything is going to be hot. The jars, the water, the stuff that you're going to be canning, you want that hot. Now, I haven't experienced with canning meat. Not exactly sure how that works, but I do know that for the most part, most things you can preheat on the stovetop and then pour into the jars to can. Tip number 3, use a tested recipe for whatever you're canning. There's plenty of recipes online for whatever you want to can. I'm sure if you look it up, you can find a recipe that will have exactly what you need. I will have to admit, I'm still not used to canning exactly. Tip number 4, properly vent the canner before applying weight for 10 minutes to remove the air that will help the canner to reach and hold the correct pressure. Now, when I first did canning, I thought I had vented it for long enough, but then the pressure never started. Apparently, I didn't let it vent for long enough before adding the weight. So don't do what I did. After putting the weight on, this is the time that you want to stay close by the stovetop. You don't want to walk away, because this is where you'll be starting to build the PSI. You don't want it to go too high. Obviously, there's a caution thing on your pressure gauge, as I'm kind of explaining here. I want it to stay at 10 or 11 PSI. If I go underneath PSI of 10, then I'm going to have to start this whole process over again, and I don't want to do that, but you don't want to go over. I mean, you can go over a little bit, but not, obviously, watch the gauge. You don't want it to be 20 PSI. After you hit the PSI that you need, you set the timer for whatever your recipe calls, and once the timer's up, all you have to do is just shut it off and let the gauge get to 0. Well, that is all I have for you. I hope you come back, and we'll see you next time.